Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Fish Door County TV. Well, as you can see from behind me, there is some open water here in the Sturgeon Bay area, and it won't be long until the open water season is in full swing and we got the boats back out chasing early season walleyes and brown trout. But for this week, we're going to take a look back at some of the great salmon fishing action we had this past summer right out here on the Bank Reef out of Sturgeon Bay. On the first part of the show, we're going to look at a day we spent with Captain Garry Moore from For-Mor Charters when we went out chasing big Sturgeon Bay kings and steelheads. And on the second half of the show, we're going to look at a small boat trip that we ran with a good friend of mine, Kevin Smith, back out on the Bank Reef chasing rainbows and kings as well. Stay tuned, guys. It's a great show. We'll be back in about 1 minute. Got another one on here now, guys.
All right.
Center rigger, we're down about 100 feet. It's pretty early in the morning still. It's gonna be a great start to the day, it looks like here. We've got 3 bites already. We got 2 fish on, 1 in the boat already. Like I said, another one on here. How's it feel, Kev?
Feels nice. Staying down this time.
And that's the one cool thing about this time of the year, you know, it's cold water, water temp's 44, probably mid 44 degree range. No matter what the size of these fish are, they bite hard. And this is, and I'm sure as Kevin can attest to, it's just a blast reeling these things in. I mean, all year round salmon are fun to catch. We all know that. But this time of the year in this ultra cold water still, these things really pull hard. Up in the surface now up here. He's heading for some of our other lines.
I'll get over there. Getting close. Up, up, up.
All right. Another nice fish in the boat.
Nice fat one again.
Oh yeah, that's
Hooks
a
are
beauty.
out.
Ah, so another nice king, Kev. Just a beauty. And I'll
Yeah.
tell you, you know, these fish, like we said, I mean, this is just an average sized fish. I mean, it's not a big fish by any means. But as Kevin can tell you, those things fight in this early
Unreal
season.
for that size of a fish. Arms hurting already this morning. The sun
we just
barely broke the horizon.
We just got started, so we're going to put a bunch of these in the boat today. And we're going to give you some tips pretty quick here on how you can help put a few more of these in your boat this spring as well.
In our May fishing, we've had fantastic fishing already this year. Better than any other year. Large fish, large quantities. Kind of look forward to seeing what size these fish are going to be in July at the rate we're going. This has been phenomenal, but it's been like that since November of last year. We've been catching fish. It's just great to be on this lake and have people catching fish the way they are.
Get it, Gary. fishing one of the earliest bites we've ever seen out here. I mean, occasionally you'd catch a few fish here and there in the Door County area before Memorial Day. But, you know, not that this is a big fish, but just the fact that we're catching them as early as we are, and in the numbers that we're seeing, it's pretty amazing. So make sure you take advantage of the situation. Get out here, get your boat set up. It's not too early. Get out here and you can catch some of these nice Door County king salmon as well. Well, as you can see, it's pretty early in the morning. We're heading out of Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, and that can mean only one thing. We're heading out for some big king salmon out of Lake Michigan. And we're doing something a little unique today, a little special compared to what we've done before, and that we're fishing out of a small boat. And the one unique thing about Door County, whether you're fishing up in northern Door, out of Gills Rock, Washington Island, Bailey's Harbor, or Sturgeon Bay here, is that you can really take advantage of this outstanding fishery, whether you have a big boat or a smaller boat like we're in today. We got our buddy Kevin Smith up here with us today. He was nice enough to bring his G3, which is rigged up perfectly for salmon fishing. And we're gonna give you guys some great ideas on how you can take advantage of this great fishery if you're in a small boat or a big boat. So stay tuned. You ready, Kev?
Let's go.
All right, we'll be back in 1 minute. Of the morning on here, guys. We got it on a dipsy, and as you can see, he's up on the surface back there already. It's a pretty nice fish to start off with. Like we said, we're small boat fishing today, and small is a relative term, of course, because we're in actually Kevin's nice 18-foot G3 here, and this is actually a pretty spacious boat for the length of it. It really fishes salmon nice. Give you some ideas on how you can take advantage of this fishery out here, whether you're a big boat guy or smaller boat guy, because there's plenty of opportunities up here in Door County for, like I say, relatively small boats to take advantage of this great salmon fishing. So, okay. That's a nice fish right there, guys. Pretty awesome. This beautiful king right here, so great way to start the morning, huh, Kev?
Perfect.
It's a beautiful fish, and that's what we're talking about, guys. You can take advantage of this fishing no matter what size boat you got. Gonna get into a little bit of details here, but for a start, this beautiful king right here. What you got going on there, Kev?
All right, just hooked up on a dipsy here out in 217. Pretty good fighter again.
Yeah, he really whacked it good.
Yeah, that was a good bite. Coming at the boat here a little bit.
Bringing him in hot on us here to test the net man, or what?
Yeah, it's
All right.
gonna be a little tricky here.
Here we go. There we go.
All right.
All right. Another nice king. Well, here's Kevin's nice little king here, and that just shows you, I mean, when you get days like this, when the conditions are relatively quiet and you can get out here in a smaller boat, you really want to take advantage of it, because when the conditions are right, like I said, fishing out of these smaller boats can be really enjoyable. I mean, it's just kind of a different experience, and a lot of guys are used to being out here in big setups and wide open big boats. And to be honest with you, catching fish like this out of these smaller sets is really a good time. So when the conditions are right, make sure you take advantage of it. You don't need a lot of high-end fancy equipment to do this. I think a lot of people get under the, get the wrong impression that you need to have a lot of high-end gear, and you really don't. I mean, you come out here with a couple of hand crank downriggers and a couple of dipsies and a couple boards, and you can put fish like this in the boat all day long. I said earlier, the boards are really going now. Got a little snap weight on here on a little segmented lead cord just to get it a little extra depth. Sometimes that's a good technique. Pretty easy to take on and off. Gives you a little extra depth. Easy thing to adjust. If it's not working, take it off and cover a little different section of the water column. Atta boy, Kev. Good job. That's a nice steelhead there. That's just a beautiful fish. That's a nice fish, and I mean, look at the colors on that thing. Completely different type of fish than a king, obviously. A little higher in the water column for the most part. This one came, like we said, on a segmented lead cord. Dipsy, dipsy, dipsy! All right, now we're doing pretty good.
Another double. Try and keep this one on this time. Feels like another nice one. There's a nice run.
So as Kev works on that dipsy fish here, to get the steelhead unhooked. Just a beautiful Door County steelhead. Doesn't get much more fun than catching these and then doubling up on what appears to be a nice king on the dipsy. So we get this guy in the box and work on Kevin's fish here.
Still working on this second fish off the double.
You know, as Kev works this fish in here, it's a good time to kind of talk a little bit about the setup we have here. And it's kind of unique because this boat is set up really well for small boat salmon fishing. And like I said, an 18-foot boat, it's a nice wide beam on this boat, which really helps. But no matter what kind of set you have, it's kind of important to keep things, I kind of like to call it simple. I mean, not overly simple, but what we have here is we have two downriggers like we talked about earlier, and that seems to be the right number for this style of boat. We'll run a couple dipsies, we'll run two boards. Sometimes those 6 lines with the bite is on, that's all you need. You don't need to get into running 4 downriggers or 4 dipsies and shallow sets and deep sets on them. A lot of times 6 rods. Sometimes we'll even run a lead core down the chute, we call it, right down the middle if you want to add a 7th rod that's not going to get in the way of anything else. And you know, 6, 7, at the most 8 or 9 rods, that's all you need on these sets. And it's a great way to catch fish, and it's a great way to make sure everything stays fairly clean as you're fishing. Let's get this fish in now. Kev's got him pretty close to the boat here. Yeah. Oh, that's a beauty too. Real nice. There we go. Oh, that's a nice one, Kev.
All right.
What a beautiful fish, Kev. I mean, beautiful colors. Great day on the water. I want to thank you for bringing your boat up here and showing us and showing a few other people how you got it set up and how effective it can be to catch these fish, even out of what's classified by a lot of people as a smaller rig. Well, guys, we had some great times out on Lake Michigan this past summer. And it's especially fun when you get to head out of Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, out to the Bank Reef and chase those big kings and steelhead. Special thanks this week goes to Captain Garry Moore from For-Mor Charters, as well as to Kevin Smith for all that they both did to help contribute to this show. Now, if you're up here this next summer and to chase these steelhead and kings, take a look at the Latham Smith Lodge right here in Sturgeon Bay. Great place to stay, and it's got a nice boat launch with quick access out here to the lake. Again, thanks to everyone who helped contribute to this show, and especially to you guys for watching. Be sure to tune in again soon for another episode of Door County TV.